All right, everybody, these are for y'all that have a lot of back, hip, and knee pain. They all kind of go together, as I always talk about. So if you can get on some carpet or grab a mat at home, we're going to go through three. I do these literally almost every morning, especially with carrying about a 30-pound baby on me after a long day at work. My back is killing me these days. So we want to try to even everything out and open everything up. And this might not completely heal you, but it definitely will make some big differences in a lot of you. Okay. But you got to do these things regularly. All right. But they feel so good to me. I don't even think twice about it. All right. So when you lay down, you want to always make sure your body is completely aligned from head to spine and down. All right, we're going to place our hands right the same width as our shoulders, no higher or lower. All right, spread your feet about shoulder width apart. Hopefully y'all can see me. All right, so what we're going to do is I don't want it to be really high. I want it to stay low, just barely brushing over the top of the other foot. What we're going to do is we're going to take this one leg out as far as we can to the right. I'm using my right leg, and then I'm going to swing it over to my left side. So depending on how much time I have, I'll do 5 of these at least, or I'll do 10. So for short video purposes, I'm going to do 5. And every time you warm up, you're going to see that you can get a little bit farther each side. On that 5th one, we're going to slightly bend that knee, take the opposite hand, and push it down on the top of that knee, and slowly sink into the ground with that. So now this one's really important that your breathing is right. Now my opposite arm over here, it's very important that your shoulder stays on the ground. Don't let it roll off the mat like this. So try really hard to keep it steady on the mat. And so I'm going to inhale, exhale, press this down. Inhale big, exhale. If you can lift it up higher to you up here, and then press it down some more. So every time you inhale, you're going to just barely lift it up. And then you're going to exhale and you're going to press it down. All right, you're going to see more stretch the higher it comes this way instead of this way. You're going to feel more of a stretch, but everybody find their own stretch with this. Minimum amount of time you want to spend is 15 to 20 seconds down here. Don't do anything less. So after about 20 seconds, you're going to extend that leg out just to make it long and slowly come across, and then just plant it a little like hip width again. All right, recenter your body. We're going to do the opposite leg so you can see both views. So you're going to go out and slowly swing across and keep it low. Out, swing across. And you want if you can, your toe or heel to touch down on both sides. Once again, your shoulder blades, the back of your back should stay in the ground. Do not let it come off the mat. Okay, it's very important on these. So say this is the 5th one, I'm going to swing over. I'm going to grab this hand here and push it down. Now if you can see on this view, this shoulder that I'm talking about, it's staying flat on that ground. Don't let it come off. You're going to take away from your stretch. So get it pushed down. Inhale, exhale. We're going to push this knee down. The other thing is try not to roll completely over on your hip. Try to keep as much of this glute on the ground as you can without rolling. So I inhale through the nose, exhale, sink that leg down. I'm pulling too much. Inhale, exhale, sink it down. And I'm slowly trying to pull this leg right here up as high as I can so I get that stretch in my back where I need it. And then I'll hold that for 20 seconds. I'll extend it and lengthen it out like that. All right, this next stretch, really great for a lot of you that have the sciatic pain and so forth, but it's for a lot of things. So what we're going to do is I have my feet on the ground bent like this. I'm going to take my left leg and I'm going to put it up, and I'm going to place this foot on the opposite leg, the top of the opposite leg, okay? All right, it's still staying bent there. So your goal, the best you can, if you cannot do this, I suggest going as close as you can to a wall and placing this foot that I'm wiggling on the wall to help you. But if you can, you're going to do it on your own. So you're going to lift up that foot, and you're going to grab with your right hand you're gonna grab the back of this leg. Your forearm is gonna go on the top of this leg, okay? Or your hand. So, some of y'all might grab the back of this leg. I pull from the front of my knee because I can pull more, but wherever you can get it. Another suggestion, actually, I'm giving you a lot of different suggestions, is to grab this foot, grab it with this hand and pull it to you. I think that might be the best one. So pull that to you, and with this hand here, you're gonna push it on the front of that leg and knee area. So while I'm pulling with my right hand, I'm pushing with my left hand, all right? So push left, pull right, and at the same time, I'm using this leg to pull back naturally, just with my own strength, I'm pulling it back. It's a lot going on, I know. So you're gonna feel this dramatically in this area here, okay? But this area will send the nerves down from all the way down to your leg and up your back, okay? So I rock back and forth loosely without doing a lot of pushing and pulling. After a couple rocks, then that's where I'll really push here and pull here and lift up. And you want to, as always, hold for 20 seconds. Shake it out. So I'll show you this version. So take this side, take that foot, put it on the top of this thigh. Get it where you as far down as you can. All right, we're gonna lift up this leg. We're gonna grab this foot here, wherever you can grab it. Take the opposite arm, and we're gonna put it on the top of the knee here that's bent. All right, I'm gonna lift back with this leg that I'm wiggling. I'm gonna lift that back to me as far as I can, pulling my foot towards me. And then with this hand, I'm pushing that knee away from me. On the bent knee, you're pushing that knee away and pulling that foot towards you. Okay, so all this has to happen at the same time. But like I said, you're gonna rock with it first, and then you're gonna stop and hold the isolated stretch. Okay, that one is gonna be tough. You're gonna do the best you can. It will make a huge difference. I like to end with just a basic back stretch. They call child's pose, but just I keep my knees about shoulder width apart. I sink my hips back and I push my arms forward. So it's really key that you push forward with the arms. You don't just sink down, that you roll and push away from your body with the arms. And at the same time, you're pushing your hips back. So it's like you're trying to pull in opposite directions. So if you're doing this right, you won't really be laying on the mat. If you're like laying on the mat, you're probably not pushing your body far enough away from each other. But I lift up my fingertips, I don't think y'all can see that. I lift up my fingertips and I push my palms in and I just sink back as far as I can. I make my body as long as I can. Once I'm there, I push my hips to the right like I'm pushing a button. I push them to the right, I push them to the left, and then I'll walk my hands over to the left, and I always make my hips go the opposite direction. So if I'm reaching to the left, my hips are reaching to the right. And then I walk to the right and I push my hips to the left and I just sink down into it. I always come back to center and come out with the cat-cow stretch. I think I taught y'all this in the earlier videos, hopefully you don't, but you just push your belly, your spine, round out your back, and then come out of it. That should feel amazing to most of y'all. It's gonna be hard at first. Stretches are you gotta learn how to breathe in them. That is the key. Learn how to breathe into your stretches. So anyway, you can ask me questions. A lot of y'all are kind of dying out on me. Ask me questions. Take this time and make it productive for you. All right, I will see you all soon.